So here we are. This is our new handheld vacuum cleaner, which has twice the power of our previous vacuum cleaner because it uses our new little motor, which you can see. Which you can see active in operation. And there's the new motor I've been describing inside it. So we get twice the running length for the same suction power, or twice the suction for 6 minutes. It's much lighter. You can change the batteries easily. You charge using a battery charger, rather like a phone charger. Most people have had enough of using a vacuum cleaner after 6 minutes. True. So what we give you is really strong suction for a short space of time. I'll show you some graphs in a minute which demonstrate why we've done this. But you can buy a spare battery, and you can charge the battery off the machine. It empties like that. It comes to bits and has a washable post filter. Very easy to wash. The point I should make is because there's no carbon emissions, there's no post filter because it's absolutely clean after the motor. So you won't get any black marks for this, and you don't need to worry about black carbon going up your nostrils. And then we do a version which is good for stairs in the car, which has an electric rotating button on the end, so you can see that. And that has a nice sort of sledge, rotatable sledge.
The lower power setting's equivalent to the old model, is it?
Yes, about 40 air watts.
But you're going to get a genuine 10 minutes out of it?
You get a genuine 10 minutes.
Because you know there's been a lot of criticism of the battery length life of the older model.
I think there would be criticism whatever length it was, because we don't like it running out. But the important thing is to have strong suction. If you're going to use the thing, you want it to work well and not be pathetic. But this machine has as much air watts as our original upright vacuum cleaner, which we launched 15 years ago, 16 years ago. So this machine with a battery has as much power as that did. Up here you have suction air watts, which is strength of suction. It's a combination of airflow and pressure. So just think of that as suction. This is an industry measure, and everything's done according to industry standards. This is our closest competitor, which is Black & Decker. When I say closest, it's the most powerful other handheld that you can buy in the world. And this is time along here. And we've loaded 20 grams of dust, which isn't much dust. And it drops like a stone. For two reasons, actually. One is that it hasn't got our cyclonic separation system to separate the dust and the air. So it clogs, which is what happens to all of them. And then it continues to drop because its batteries are draining and it hasn't designed a system to maintain constant suction. So it's become pretty useless by here. And okay, you can use it for 10 minutes, but you won't be picking anything up in this region.
There's no scale on the...
Up here?
Yes.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 air watts.
So your DC31 is 65?
65 air watts. And that runs absolutely horizontally for two reasons. One is that dust doesn't block it because the cyclones separate the dust, so it gets no blockage caused by dust. And secondly, we've devised our electronics so that we get maximum out of the battery until the battery is finished and then it stops. So as the battery weakens, we draw more. So we maintain constant power consumption and constant air watts. So that's why we have a horizontal line. We could have cheated and done that, and we'd have gone on longer, but we don't want to do that. We want you to have maximum efficiency while you're using it, because we don't want to waste your energy. And then this is the 31, which starts at a lower setting, but lasts 10 minutes. And again, absolutely horizontal for exactly the same reasons. There's no clogging, there's no restriction caused by the dust coming into it, and we've designed our software to draw, as the battery diminishes, to draw more of it, but you have it for a shorter time. So we get a genuine 10 minutes. those are all industry tests, nothing those funny tests done by Dyson, those are all industry standard tests. Now, the other thing is dust emissions. That's the dust emissions from ours, and that's the dust emissions from the Black & Decker. It's, I think, 17 times more dust is coming out of that machine. And that's important because the filter, which I showed you here, it's very important that that filter captures all the dust. If we thought we could allow, as Black & Decker had, dust to go through, we could have even more power, because a filter inevitably involves a restriction. But we don't believe in doing anything but capturing all the dust. We don't think you should blow the dust out.
Are you able to independently verify those?
Yeah, absolutely. You can if you like. We'll send you along to the laboratory. They're done according to IEC tests. You're welcome to come and witness them at our laboratories or go along to SLG in Germany and witness them. Ours is, this machine is 50% heavier than ours. And that's really, really, really important. Not just because you're carrying around a heavier machine, but a heavier machine means it's using more materials. If you can use fewer materials, you're using less environmental heat and fewer materials, which is a very, very good thing to do. So going for, what we're trying to do is produce lightweight products. So the product itself is very light, and you might like to hand it round and feel how light it is. That use fewer materials, but also develop new electric motors that are lighter and smaller and use fewer materials and use less electricity. So that is an example of the type of motor and the type of product we're developing.
Is the battery a little smaller?
I wish, not yet. No, they're still lithium-ion batteries. Well, they are the most sophisticated batteries and good for recycling and so on. But we are developing alternative and better battery technology, but we haven't got there yet. Something very interesting that will take a little while to develop. We see developing more efficient motors and lighter motors and developing more efficient means of storing power as being a very, very interesting way forward in saving electricity and in giving everybody products that don't necessarily have to have a cord and be plugged into the mains. There could be a much greater ease of use than you've got at the moment. You have to go and get the heavy thing, put it in the room, unwind the cord, put it in the plug, do your bit, then move the plug because you've got the reach, and then wind it up again, carry the whole thing away. So we want to develop something that's much more like this. You go and get it, use it, put it back, and it's very powerful, yet very light and small.
Yeah,
so it's a difficult trick because people tend to think that bigger things are more powerful. So we've got to persuade people that actually it can go smaller and be even more powerful.